Good day, folks. So today's hot topic is, should an artist be threatened by AI art? Now, that should have crossed a lot of artists' minds. It doesn't bother me in the slightest, not in the slightest bit. That's why I'm very much trying to stick with physical art. Physical art for me is always been my way to release. I do use Procreate and I do use different sort of apps and drawing software on my iPad, but personally it never really gave me much joy. I can see why it does give people's joy, and you can show the drawing process and stuff and all with it. For me personally, I preferred to get hands-on and create things which I can physically hold. That is probably the main reason why it doesn't actually bother me, AI art, at all, because I've actually can show my process. That's why a lot of the time as well, and I would try to say this to all artists, you need to document your process. It's annoying. It is so frustrating having to set the camera up. I work off my phone, so I almost need to get a separate camera to record it, even though my phone is my primary camera. But yeah, I should look into like getting a GoPro and have it permanently doing a time lapse. But I try to work it so that I use my iPad for big bits, and then I will record with my camera. But if I actually have to use my phone, then I can't be recording that section. I'll need to look around that. But I think if I can show my process, then that really removes the whole worry from digital art and AI artists. If that is even a thing, I wonder what your views are on that. Is there such thing as an AI artist? So I know there's a person who prompts AI to make the art. Is he an artist? Is he not? I don't personally know. It's more a programmer or a good... Now, what he does is talented, but whether or not he actually is an artist, maybe he visually needs to see or create this image in his mind, and then he types it into AI and then they create the art for him. I don't know. Digital artists are definitely artists. Their stuff is absolutely amazing. Would they be more threatened than a physical artist? I think so, because obviously, like let's face it, a robot can create that piece 20 times better than that, but what I can do is show a human creating it, which sort of sets us apart. That's why for physical artists to survive, I think they need to be showing the process. Because if I just turned around and said, I did this, that's fair enough. Most likely you'll believe me because you'll see my other stuff and you'll realize that I'm capable of producing that. But out of nowhere, if I don't show a process or I don't document any of it, that's not as really inspiring because you don't know where it came from. Another thing is you buy the artist. So if you're buying a bit of AI art, what are you buying? You don't know the artist. It's some programmer or programming thing just in the background creating this special image. Paint Hugh Jackman on a graffiti style background, which is grey tones and has a sort of scratchy sort of feel to it. Like that's the prompt. That'll get you probably something better than this. But yeah, I think you buy the artist, so you're literally, if there's a bit of personality and if there's a bit of procedure and if there's a bit of process shown, then that is what is important. Otherwise it's just a print, and not a print of the art from the artist. It's just a print that could be anything, a Google search print as such. So no, AI art doesn't threaten me in the slightest. I'm not worried in the slightest about it. In fact, I would try to embrace it. I haven't used it yet myself. I did the usual make an action figure, and it was a bit cringe and stuff. So yeah, I am embracing AI. Do I want to embrace it in the art field? Don't really feel I need to, but I definitely would utilize it in my promotions and marketing and all that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. It's not a threat. It should be enjoyed, and I'm really enjoying it progress. That is, of course, until T-1000 is an actual thing and Terminator 2 with Skynet does happen. But yeah, that's for another day. Yeah, that's a quick video for the day.